In this video, we're going to go through some of the Game Week 15 transfers that have been made so far. It's a quick turnaround. Players being shipped out. Players being brought in. We're going to have a look. Do we think these are good transfer plans? Do we think they're bad transfers? Some really controversial calls I'm going to make in this one. So let's get into it. Whether you're new to the channel or you just enjoy FPL content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Team selection videos, week reviews, watch list transfer tips, wildcards, they're all coming out shortly. You don't want to miss it. In the meantime, let's have a look at this transfer tips. First player then that people are bringing in is Emmanuel Adebayor. 200,555 people so far at time of recording have brought him into their side. It's not difficult to see why. Last 4 games, 2 points, 14 points, 10 points, 9 points. He's been returning every game. Last game, even against Chelsea, almost feels fixture proof. He certainly passes the eye test. He's looked really good. If you look at the price, 5.4 million, super cheap, enabler. Quite low owned still, 13.7. You think that's only going up at the moment. 6 goals, 6 assists. Outperforming his XGI of 0.46. He's getting shots in and around the box. The next fixture, difficult game, you have to say, at home to Manchester City. But he's already performed and got results against the likes of Leicester, Manchester United and Chelsea. So who's to say he can't get something against Manchester City? But after that, those fixtures look brilliant. Brentford, Burnley, Palace, Wolves and West Ham. For 5.4 million, he offers brilliant value. He just looks like an absolute, yes, he's nailed, great form, good price. He's got the fixtures. He's got the lot. As an enabler, if nothing else, he looks good. I'm tempted to bring him in. Even with the Man City game, he sits on the bench. But get him in before the price rises. It's the option. I love him. If you're moving for someone like Huang, like myself, he looks like a really good option, and I think I'm going to jump onto him. Next up then we have Rhys James. People transferring him out. 78,593. People getting rid of him this game week 15 coming up. Last 4 games, wow, look at this, 21 points, 7 points, 12 points, 1 point in his last game. He was obviously injured, missed the Watford game. They conceded anyway. Looked like to me, even though they won, they did miss his presence on that right-hand side. Such an attacking threat, such an outlet constantly there. So, for the last 4 games, absolutely brilliant. I don't think anyone can outscore him in those period of times, but still people getting him out. He has been training. He got a late fitness test last time, so he missed out on that game. God, so far this season, he's 6.3. He's not the cheapest. 34. He's still 1 in 3 people own him. 4 goals, 4 assists. XGI for a defender is brilliant. 0.52. Shots. That's for a defender. That's not bad for a midfield. That's what's good for the midfield. Not bad for a striker. 2.12 per 90 minutes. Fixtures wise, yes, West Ham looks tricky. After that, you've got Leeds at home, Everton, the way they're playing at the moment, you would fancy them there. Wolves, Villa, Brighton. Chelsea, though, such a good outfit. You'd almost think that they're fixture proof against anyone. Rhys James, when he's fit, comes into that side. People getting rid of him? No, don't get rid of him. He's absolutely nailed. He gets returns. If anything, the fact that he missed the last game gives him a rest. It means he's less likely to get rotated. He'll come in. The fixtures look absolutely fine. The other thing that you could mention about him, you sell him now. If I was to get rid of him now, buying him back is going to cost me more. There possibly couldn't be a way back to him. So, all the more reason to keep him. I see no reason to get to him. There's nothing to suggest that he's going to be out for more than a game or 2. Even if he misses the next game, I'm happy to hold him. He's got a week for the game after that. We'll wait and see what Tuchel says, but even if he doesn't play, I'm still keeping hold of Rhys James. He's got a week till the next game. He's such a good player. I'm going to want him back at some point. I'm not going to take a hit on his price. Don't get rid of him. Keep hold of him. Next person people are getting rid of, Conor Gallagher, 75,970 people, 3 people getting rid of him. 11 points 4 weeks ago, 5-2-1, so he's scaled down. His impact has got less, there's no question about that. He's had some difficult fixtures. The Leeds game wasn't a pretty watch the other night. He's still involved quite heavily in set pieces. 4 goals, 5 assists across the season, 6.2, still a good price, still 1 in 4 people own him. XGI still very good at 0.62. Shots per 90, again 2.05, that's okay. Away Man U, difficult game next, then Everton, Southampton, Watford, Tottenham, Norwich, not a bad set of fixtures. Take away the Man U game, can't really just be looking to sell him on the basis of one game. The fixtures beyond that look alright. Again, I'm not sure that I would not get rid of him. He's nailed. I don't think that for his price there's many better options. I think his stats are much better than the likes of Smith Rowe for around that price. And Feeney's a little bit more expensive. The fixtures look good if you take a longer view than just the next game. I like Colin Gallagher. I don't think much has changed in terms of my view. The only reason why I get rid of him is if you did want to upgrade to someone like a Gundogan, someone like a Silva, maybe. That could be a good reason. But otherwise, I think, unless there's something more pressing in your side, I think he's a keep. I still think he's a good option. The stats still look good. Plus, his fixtures still look good. He still is a mainstay part of their side and looks a constant threat. Again, I'll be keeping hold of him. Transferred in Bernardo Silva, 122,516. Not hard to see why. Look at him, 8 points, 8 points, 2 points, 10 points. He's returned in 3 of the last 4 games. He looks brilliant. He's absolutely nailed in that Man City midfield, it seems. 7.3, decent price, 5 goals, 2 assists. Owned by 14.2%. So that's quite low, but look at those fixtures. Watford, Leeds, Newcastle, Brentford. In amongst that, you've got Wolves and Leicester, who... Leicester particularly conceding goals. Wolves tricky game, but at home you'd expect them to put anyone away. It looks good. Shots per 90 is low, 1.828. That is a concern for me. He's scoring, but he's not getting that many clear-cut chances. I suppose the only thing you could say, he's putting them away when he shoots, he scores, but that's not very high. For me, I'm going to be really controversial and say I'm not particularly interested in him. A lot of people talking about him. For me, fixtures look great. Can't argue with that. His form is good. Is he nailed? Yes, but he will get rotated at some point. And will it be the next game? That's what arose for me. That low shots per 90, I've already said. And Gundogan's figures just stack up much better than Bernardo Silva. If you were going driven purely by the stats, Gundogan has more shots in the box. His XGI is very similar, if not higher. He's a similar price. We know in the past how destructive and what good runs of form that Gundogan can go on. For me, I think I'll be tempted to go Gundogan. The fact he had a rest last game possibly puts him more in the frame to come back into the side. Grealish fit as well. KDB could be factored in. Will Bernardo get as many minutes? And will he be playing as far forward as he is at the moment, given that KDB will have to play further forward, as will Grealish, and Gundogan is so good going there? For me, I'm just not sure. I'm going to stay away, keep an eye on him. I just think low shots in the box, those other players coming back, Gundogan the same price. We haven't even talked about Foden coming back. I just think all those players are going to offer or take away from Bernardo's impact. He has had a great run of form. I'm just not convinced he can keep it up though. Last up, Mikel Antonio, 78,593 people transferring him out. You can see why. Again, I'm an owner of Mikel Antonio. 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 1 point. Getting frustrating. He is blanking every game at the moment. He is playing for West Ham. They are scoring. He's just not getting those returns that he has in the past. Still 6 goals, 3 assists, 8 million. Look at that ownership, still very high. Chelsea at home next game, and then Arsenal away 3 games time. In between, you got Burnley. After that, the fixtures look great. Norwich, Southampton, Watford. His XGI still looks good. He's still getting 3 shots, over 3 shots a game. So XGI 0.7. I guess owners just getting frustrated with those constant blanks. He's a tough one. I mean, I can absolutely understand if you want to get rid of him. I do see that. He is a worry. The fixtures don't look good medium term, but he is still nailed. He's got a very good XGI. I think as an Antonio owner, I'm going to try and hold him through these fixtures because the running looks so good later on. I do have money invested in him, as a lot of us will. But if you're getting rid of him for better options and upgrading to someone else and you can afford to do that, I can totally understand. I don't think it's a bad call. For me, I don't want to sell him now and then having to buy him back later. That's going to cost me money. If I can put him on the bench for some of those difficult games, maybe I will. And then because his stats are so good, he can't rule out the fact that he's going to score in those games. West Ham are scoring goals against everyone. They look a good side. So for me, I get it if you're selling him. Personally, I think I'm going to try and hold on to him. I'm not saying that for definite, but I do like him, and I think longer term he still looks a good option. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Plenty more coming out. In the meantime, have a great week, game week 15 if I don't catch up with you. And take care. Speak to you soon.